Several lakes and rivers in the United States, U.S., freeze due to the natural phenomenon of the polar vortex. This high-pressure North Pole winds toward the United States, lowering temperatures below 0 degrees Celsius, freezing water, including fountains, lakes and rivers. So what about the fate of the fish and the living creatures in it? Fish can also freeze if all lakes and rivers freeze to the bottom. However, not many lakes and rivers are like this because most lakes and rivers just freeze at the top. Well, the fish can survive under a lake or river ice sheet that only forms on the surface. When the surface of lakes and rivers becomes ice, it becomes a barrier with the liquid beneath, so that the atmosphere cannot come into contact with the water under the ice sheet to slow down the freezing process. Even when the surface temperature is -20 degrees Celsius for a month, the fish under the ice surface are fine. But in shallow ponds, a harsh winter may be enough to freeze and kill fish. However, it does not mean that the fish freeze to death, rather that the fish are suffocating because the oxygen supply carried by the water is reduced. What happens when the lake water freezes to the bottom? In the short term, the fish have no access to plankton, invertebrates and insects. As a result, the fish eat less and starve.
Fish can adapt under drastic temperature changes. Lakes are never solidly frozen. Beneath the surface of the ice, the still liquid lake water, the fish still survive. If the human body temperature drops immediately if there is a cold and even dies from hypothermia, this is not the case with fish. Fish survive in cold temperatures, their body temperature changes according to the temperature of their surroundings. This is known as cold blood. Meanwhile, humans are relatively stable in temperature even though the environmental temperature changes, aka warm-blooded. Fish metabolism in these cold temperatures slows down, not as fast as in warmer water temperatures, so the fish expended less energy. This is useful because it saves energy when food sources are not available in many frozen waters. There are several types of fish that store more fat in their bodies such as catfish and snapper. They feed heavily in summer and fall for energy reserves in winter. Catfish and eels are also known to bury themselves in mud at the bottom of the lake to wait for temperatures to warm, sort of hibernation.